Hey guys, this might be a little bit more of a rant style, but it is going to be on divine partners and the process, the journey of divine partners. This could be like divine counterparts, twin flames. Yeah, I don't think there's any other names that I'm missing. I think that's it. So, I don't know if you've watched my other videos. I know that I honestly need to do like a whole series on false twin flames or just the infiltration, the hijacking of the twin flame divine partner journey. But it's clearly something that I've been still learning a lot about and gaining more and more perspective on, and that's why I have not actually put forth any the content that I would like to one day. That's like really in depth and lays out like everything, but I know I did a shorter video on it. So basically, I'm gonna get right into it. This kind of piggybacks off of the video that I just made about patience and timing, because in that video I was talking about how when we're releasing attachment from the thing that we're manifesting, specifically relationships we're manifesting, romantic or otherwise, there's a huge fear portion when we are releasing the attachment, because it feels like if we let go of the need or the desire or the want for this thing, and we just become comfortable with not having it, and we find a way to feel fulfilled without ever having the closer relationship with our dad or this perfect boyfriend or the wife of our dreams or the best friend that we're craving, whatever it is. When we let go of that idea, the wounded part of us is going to react and be like, no, I need this. Like, you can't tell me I can't have it, right? There's a wound in you that needs to heal. And that is why you are so attached to needing the outcome to happen in the 3D in order for you to feel whole on the inside. And we know that the process of manifestation is that you need to feel whole enough to be worthy of it, without actually needing it to happen in the 3D. So you need to be able to like access the state of the wish fulfilled without needing specific 3D action. So without needing that apology, or without needing them to go to therapy, or needing them to text you all the time or call you every Tuesday. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. So when... Oh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so when our fear feels us trying to say, hey, we should not need this anymore, it's craving that validation. So that's why you kind of get these like freak outs. And that's why sometimes like right before our manifestation comes through, when it comes to relationships, we kind of have to like have like a full death moment where we're like, it's never going to happen, they're never going to change, they're always going to be this way. And you just say like, whatever, maybe things keep just getting pushed to a head, like conflict after conflict, until you just have this final like straw moment where you're like, I just can't take it anymore. That's why sometimes that happens, because like you weren't going to get there without it, because that trust that trust just isn't there within yourself. And that's okay, because being human is all about experience. So don't judge yourself for that. I went through that for so long in my life. It's only been very recently that I have built up enough self-love and self-trust to be okay with not doing that process and being like, you know what, I'm just going to practice non-attachment and really loving people unconditionally, because I do that for myself. So it's easier to do for others. But it's difficult when you're not there. So I want you to know that like, even though I'm where I'm at now and I feel it's a really great place, I understand how difficult it is to get to this place. And you have to get to it on so many different levels and so many different layers and so many different aspects. And like, because you could get to it with, say you have childhood trauma around your parents and you've healed that, but like maybe with your sibling, it's still a wound. And it's so like unique in your mind that you haven't been able to heal that one yet. Or like, I've noticed within myself that there's a huge difference when it comes to like triggers and healing that needed to be done, when it was like a partner that I was just casually dating and didn't really see a future with, even if I was pretending to see one, versus someone where I was like, oh, this could actually be something, like night and day difference. So it's complex. I just want you to know I understand that, and I'm still telling you that I think practicing non-attachment, self-love is the goal. So bringing it back after I just went on that little rant, it's about trust with yourself. So when you say, okay, I need to give up the desire to need the 3D action in order for me to heal, it's a huge act of self-love, because you're saying, I don't need that person to give it to me. I can give this to myself, and then I don't need anything from other people. And it's hard because, again, our wounding is going to cry and scream and say, like, no, I need it from them. And maybe we get into a victim mindset that says, like, well, they did this to me and, you know, I deserve this or whatever. And it's like, yeah, sure. I'm sure you do deserve an apology, and you do deserve some sort of, like, you know, like reparations for maybe whatever happened. I don't know if that's the right word. Restoration? I don't know. Like when someone like makes it up to you, that's the word I'm trying to use. Someone making something up to you. But if you're on this journey, we're talking about like doing the inner work here. So try it. Try figuring out a way. I think Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, had this beautiful quote that helped me with so much, and helped me heal one of my parental relations. It said, like, how do you release attachment? It's impossible to just release attachment, but attachment will naturally fall off when you no longer seek to find that piece of you inside that thing. So if you are saying, like, I need this person to apologize to me, figure out why. What does that validate within you? What does the apology say? Does it say you were right and your pain is valid? Figure out how to give that to yourself. I just took a minute to like remember why I was making this video. It's about divine partners, so we're coming back into that. Because I just went on this whole thing about attachment, right? And how practicing non-attachment is an act of self-love, because you are validating yourself. You are providing yourself with the, validation, confidence, the self-concept, right? To know that you deserve the things that maybe these people didn't give you. And you can see that that was just a reflection of your wounding. Now apply it to searching for a divine partner, because this is all over the internet, this twin flame culture. And you know, it agitates me and it bothers me, because I have been, like a victim to it. I would say I've been a victim to it for sure. I was in that role. I'm taking accountability that I pursued it. I pursued it a lot. It was something that was, again, I should do would love to do like a whole series on, but what I finally realized over this new year was, in those partners, because I would see like this beautiful light in them, even if it was like in this crazy darkness, it was my own light. I was chasing myself through other people the whole time. And when I thanks to the beautiful love and strong firm hand of my mentor being like, you have to stop seeking a divine partner in somebody else. You are your divine partner. And it was so hard for me, because I felt like I would have to let go of this partner that is in my reality right now if I did so. if I accepted that this is what it felt like, that if I accepted that I am my own divine partner, then I would not be able to be with anyone ever. Because if I'm okay being alone for the rest of my life, and I am okay with the fact that I'm my divine partner, then I'm never going to find anyone, I'm never going to meet anyone. The person that I have in my orbit right now is just going to leave and lose interest forever. These were the feelings that were coming up, right? And this is what happens when we have wounds. So I trusted her, though, because she's been a guiding light in my spiritual journey, and she has never led me astray. And, you know, part of me knew that she was right. But the other part of me was like screaming, crying that I'm going to lose everything and be alone for the rest of my life if I took this advice. And I took that leap of faith. And it literally felt like, and I used this metaphor in my other video that I recently made, that first Harry Potter film, Sorcerer's Stone. I was raised on this, you'd think I'd remember it. The Sorcerer's Stone, when they go into like the secret chambers, they get past the dog, and then they're in those vines, and they have to just relax to get through, and Ron's like not relaxing, and it's strangling him, and it will kill him because he's not relaxing, and so the other two have to save him. It's like that. So it felt like the more I struggled to hold on to this idea that a divine partner was going to be someone else in my physical life, the more pain I was putting myself through. And that's probably a deeper conversation, but, you know, like when you're seeking something within you outside of yourself, you're not going to find it. You're going to be met with disappointment. And I kept trying to give to others what I needed to be giving myself, is what I discovered. All these potential divine partners that I've had through the years, these false partners, I've been trying to give them the love, the healing that I needed. So I finally just relaxed into it, and it still felt awful. I still felt like I was dying, and, you know, like I said, it was heartbreaking. I felt like I was giving up everything that I wanted and everything I dreamed of, because, you know, I dream of a beautiful future for myself with a partner, and I want to start a family, and like I want all these things. And it was, you know, this is me being very real and vulnerable, that this process is difficult if you are on a spiritual path and a manifestation path. Well, it's like one and the same, right? But if you're on a path that you have been called to divine partnership, guess what? You are your divine partner. And I'm not going to tell you what happens on the other side of that for you, but it's not what you think. Once I got through it, I realized I can still want the things that I want. I can still have the partner that I want. But I had such a new, healthier relationship with it. And I was so secure in myself. And I feel like I can have a much healthier human experience. Whereas I felt like I've been, you know, chasing this never-ending shiny light that has just led to spiritual misery. And yeah, it's like a complex thing to talk about, but I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have your own version of this, and I just want you to know that it gets better, but it does. I really highly encourage you to pursue just yourself being your divine partner, and just make peace with the fact that you are going to be that for you, and not needing anyone else to be that in this lifetime. I'm not saying that they can't be. I'm definitely not saying that. But, you know, healing that wound is key. And you know why I think I never believed in myself being my own divine partner was because of my wounding. So I was really just running from my own healing. And that's why I never stopped to think, hey, maybe I should give this to myself. No matter how, it's like, you know, this divine counterpart culture, it's like no matter how much work you do, there's always that, but you still need the other person narrative going around. And I think as human beings, it's true. Like, we need other people, obviously, for our human experience. But I'm just encouraging you to, pursue this work, this inner work, this inner healing, if it feels like something that's aligned for you, and it feels like you've been on this journey of chasing this thing that is just kind of miserable, because I'm telling you, you're not going to necessarily lose the partner that you have right now just because you become your divine partner and you stop seeking it in them. It's going to be something new. And I can't tell you what that new thing is because it can be so blinding, the fear. But I think that fear is so intense because of the trauma our soul endured in splitting itself up and wounding itself. So I think that's why it's so scary. Like, it's not really about, the other person. It's just this really intense soul level healing. I feel like I've gone over everything I can as coherently as I can, which, I don't know how successful that was. Let me know. Let me know if you understood this, if you followed this, if it made sense to you. But yeah, it just trust the process, that when you're practicing healing, attachment, that on the other side, there's going to be a new beginning. Ooh, okay. So my mentor had shared this Paul Selig quote with me, and it is, "Behold, I make all things new." And she told me this when she was telling me that I needed to heal this and let go of the idea of the divine partner being outside myself. And I was a mess. It felt awful. It felt really awful to go through this rebirth process. But she gave me that Paul Selig quote, and I actually looked up, there's a man on YouTube, I forgot his name, but I saved that video, and it's just a meditation where he goes over the Paul Selig, it's more than just that quote, but it's that quote, and it's just over and over again for 30 minutes, and I listened to that to go to sleep every night for a few nights, and just anytime I was struggling through my process, I listened to that because I just knew, I could trust the words were resonating, even if I wasn't processing them and believing in them, fully or consciously. There was a part of me, in my heart, that knew it was true, that, letting go of this chase, this dynamic, and healing it and integrating it and no longer needing and wanting, I was going to come into a new relationship, right? Behold, I make all things new. I was going to come into a new relationship with still being able to experience and have these things. So I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to work with me, my services are in the links down below. If you're looking for something that you don't really know what's best for you based on my services, or there's something specific that you're wondering, shoot me an email. All my info is on my website, thealexandrarose.com. Again, it's all linked below. And I will see you in the next video.